Hello, isn't me you're looking for? I hope so. This is Lovely Love, previously known as Pretty in Pink, but I'm still rocking my pink. So what's up? How are you, beautiful people? It has been so long. Oh my God, it's been so long. But yeah, I'm back. And yeah, things has been so much different for me. I was looking at my last few videos, and I kept seeing that the last several were like coming out of a slump, coming out of a slump, coming out of a slump. Yeah, I'm still in a slump. I'm out of that slump finally. Yay! Yeah, so I went on hiatus in making videos because I didn't want to keep making videos about all of the things that I was going through at the time. I did kind of give some kind of clue as to what was going on. Issues with empathy and just holding on to, and a lot of it was with myself too, because you gotta grow. You can't keep blaming it on different things, but a lot of it was with myself, and the fact that I was just very emotional. I think I even did one video called So Emotional. I don't remember, but yeah, I was just very emotional, and just going through a lot at the time, and adding in all of these spiritual experiences, it just made things that much more difficult. So I'm getting messages, I'm having having all these meetings and projection experiences and blah 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 blah, and then you got to deal with the mundane stuff that happen along in life, and it's like it can be a lot sometimes, but maybe I can just give you some tips on the greatest tip on just getting past those the mundane things in life. I think for me, the best thing that I did was to release attachments and expectations. I think those were the greatest downfalls that that happened to me. Was just I was just so very attached to different outcomes, and I would get these first of all, I would get these messages about things, great things that's going to happen, and I would expect it to happen, like, I guess during a certain time period. It could be something that's going to happen in the next 10 years, but here I am thinking it's something that's going to happen today or tomorrow or next week or whatever. And I was just holding on to these expectations, not realizing that, okay, I could be given these positive messages that, okay, these great things are going to happen to you, but it's going to happen in 3 years. It may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, but it will. And I think the worst thing that I did was to take I would get a little message and I ran with it. And sometimes when we receive these messages, the thing we have to do is just listen. Just listen, that's it. Like, okay, thank you for the information. I'm going to continue moving on with my life. Don't focus on that. Don't make that, oh my God, I got this information, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to focus on it. No, just listen to it, leave it alone. Put it in the, take it, tuck it in your back pocket, and keep moving. Because focusing on those things is only going to be a huge downfall. And for me, personally, it was I was receiving like a lot of information about different people and connections and stuff like that, and then I'll meet people who I felt connected to, and blah 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 blah, and it was a complete nightmare. It was a complete mess. I did ended up making many new friends because of that, but once that released that expectation and the attachments, mostly the attachments, things went so much more smoothly. So yeah, that's how things have been flowing. Yeah, there's been so much that's been going on. So I let go of the attachments. Lovely Love is no longer attached. So yeah, some of the things, so let's see, what were some of the things that I was working on? I was working on healing, and that's something I'm still working on. It's funny how the one thing that I've been really focusing on with the shrinkage of the fibroid tumors is the slowest thing to progress. And I'm learning, I've been learning a lot about healing and why we even get these diseases and stuff like that to begin with. So the other diseases that I had, when I say disease, people normally think some sort of STD or something. No, what I mean, like, as I was very asthmatic, I had severe allergies and sinus issues and back pain and gastrointestinal issues and stuff like that. Those are the type of diseases I'm referring to. I had overcome all of those things and much more, even problem with my feet. But the one thing that has been difficult for me is with the fibroid tumors, and I'm learning that this is something that, one, it's something that started so many years ago. It's not a new issue for me. I'm just now realizing how much it has impacted my life, and just really focusing on fixing that issue. But I'm realizing that, one, the womb for many women is where we hold a lot of the hurt and things like that in our lives, especially if you're a person that's empathetic and you're a natural healer and you absorb people's energies. You're gonna suck their people's negative energies right up, and you're gonna hold it in your womb. So I've been doing this for many years of just absorbing negative things and just holding on to it. So it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna be be healed overnight. It's gonna take some time. I will say that I have had I've seen huge improvements in it, with regards to the symptoms and stuff like that. But it's gonna take time, and I'm realizing, well, one, when I first started attacking it, I went to vegetarianism, and I did that for about 5 months, and then I became a vegan, and I was cleansing with the D herbs of the full body detox, and which is now the Hutima Adra has now moved to thehealthstore.com, and that is who I'm supporting. Yeah, so I did that, I did that several times, but I've always known that he produces a fibroid buster cleanse, but I never tried that. So that's something I started doing last year. I've done I have an empty bottle here. I wanted to do a video on it, but I was like, So he's now thehealthstore.com, and it's the same guy, same product. So yeah, I did that twice, and I also did a little bit of studying under Dahuti, and I am starting to make my own products for myself. So I'll be doing that a little, for a little bit. And another thing I had to realize is that I was only attacking this thing on the physical level. Remember I said these are emotional hurts that I've been holding on in my womb for years. So I have to also attack it on a mental level, and on an emotional level, and on a spiritual level. So that is something I've been working on recently. I started doing energy work. I mentioned in many videos before about how I had all these vibrations and and I think I mentioned before how I was able to use some of that energy in healing a lot of the issues that I had before, and and I mentioned before how I had felt all this energy in my hands. So it was about January 2011, just last year, I actually, in December, I met a Reiki master, and we had a couple of meetings and meetups and stuff like that, and I felt, comfortable enough with her, and she attuned me to Reiki 1 and then to Reiki 2 some months later, maybe 4 or 5 months later or something like that. And everything was cool with that, and I was just working with the energies on myself. And then I met up with another Reiki master, and she attuned me to master level. When was that? Actually, it's just a couple of weeks ago, not very long ago. And so the energy has been just that much more powerful. It's the more you more attunements, or the higher you are tuned, it's a lot more energy. And so I've been working with those energies, and I met up with another Reiki master who is, this girl is thorough. But anyway, so I'm gonna be working with her for a little bit, and I'm gonna keep y'all. I ain't gonna say too much right now. But yeah, so yeah, I've been doing a lot of energy work. I've been doing a lot of reading on energy and how it works and how it flows, and on psychic surgeries. And I did a little bit of psychic surgery on myself, and I just felt a huge relief. And those are the things I'm working on now. And I just see a lot of good changes, and I just can't wait for that day when I finally said yes. It's completely gone. That day hasn't come yet, but it's they said it usually takes years for this to heal. Years, not years, but a couple of years. For me, I'm sure it's gonna take much shorter than that, because I'm just determined. But anyway, yeah, so that's how things have been going for me on the healing level. And yeah, I've been just studying metaphysics and stuff, so there's just a lot I want to share. There's a lot going on in this little head of mine, and I guess, and oh my god, I've logged into my YouTube account, and I saw that, what is it, 215 messages? What? Wow. I had, I'm like, I felt really bad, because I'm like, I've been neglecting this, and I saw a lot of love and support, and I just want to thank you all for that love and support. And I saw some stuff about some people saying, yeah, you need to go back to Jesus. Oh boy, yeah. I'll just leave that alone. That I'll save that for another day. But yeah, things have been excellent. I'm gonna share some more stuff with you. So for now, TTYL, we will chat soon. This is not, this is more like a I'm back type of thing. I'm gonna do my future videos. I'm probably gonna drop a little bit of knowledge and stuff like that. Know what I'm saying? Let me stop. But anyway, so peace. Love you. Mwah. So this is sort of an addendum, something that I kind of remembered after the fact. One other thing about the fibroid tumors is that, one, this is an issue with the sexual reproductive organs. So one of the reasons that women in the first place have issues with their sexual reproductive organs is that they have been through a lot of issues sexually. Many women have been raped. Many women have had issues of just suppression, especially within religion. Women, the divine feminine, is suppressed, and we're taught that we should not be these sexual beings, and we need to suppress this and keep it all locked up and stuff like that. And that's just not who we are. Women are we're supposed to be feminine and just and just sultry and it seems as though society view women who are sexual, and I don't mean like, promiscuous or anything like that. I'm not in agreement with promiscuity, because we do need to protect ourselves. But I mean, to completely suppress ourselves, thinking that, we have to dress a certain way, we can't show any, this is too sexy, come on, it's just a little skin. I mean, I don't walk around in, certain ways, because I like to keep certain things to myself. Everybody ain't got to know everything. But if, you want to show everything, then, that's kind of your business. And, I ain't got nothing to do with that. But, we have to just stop the suppressing of people and allowing them to be who they are and to explore, the way they want and need to explore. Because when you shut that down, you're shutting down that entire chakra is being shut down. You're blocking it up, it's blocked up, and this is what causes disease. And it's funny, but I went through I went through an exercise where I thought about the blockage in that area, and I imagined it to be a massive, big, burly blockage, and I thought about, when did this blockage start, and the first thing that came to my mind is age 12. I didn't think about, what age 12 meant for me, but that is the year when I started going through puberty, and that's when people start telling you, oh, you can't kiss a boy, and you can't do this, and you're gonna get pregnant, and stuff like that. We should teach our kids and stuff like that, but we shouldn't shut them down either. We have to remember, we're human beings, and it's natural for human beings to want to express themselves in certain ways, and when you completely shut them down, and you have to dress a certain way, and you have to do this a certain way, and and it just creates a lot of havoc, in our sexual organs. And another thing that causes is emotional abuse from significant others. We may be told that we're not beautiful enough, or whatever, or the way we are sexually is not enough, or whatever, and this can cause us to shut down. So I just kind of wanted to put that out there, that something that came to me when I was thinking, I wasn't thinking, the thoughts were just kind of flowing, that the one thing that's really going to help me to heal is probably Tantra. I feel that that is the one thing that's really going to help, because from what I understand with Tantra is that it kind of opens up, the energies, and just works through all of the blockages and stuff in that area. I did a little bit of studying on Tantra also, and yeah, it's something I would definitely like to look into some more.